So welcome back on this Fashion Friday. Spoiler, well, it's not really a spoiler. This Friday, y'all, I'm not really making anything and showing you the results. I'm actually, I am working though. I am, making a pattern right now. This is me editing some of the patterns for my collection that I'll be showing at New York Fashion Week this September. The collection is a spring-summer collection for 2024. But while I'm making these patterns, I kind of wanted to just chit-chat with y'all a little bit because I realized I need to kind of give you guys a little bit of context on everything. And then two, this week was a little hard for me. Maybe since Sunday. It was a little hard for me. And I just kind of wanted to talk to you about that and hopefully give you the gem that I picked up and that kind of, was useful for me, and I'm hoping the gem will be useful for you. So just a little context about how I got into fashion. I was 10 years old, 2005, living in Mableton, Georgia. And I was just watching my mama get dressed for work, and I was like, dang, I would love to see me and my mama on the cover of these magazines. Just never even heard anybody talk like that before. Just saw it and felt like it was possible. So when it came time for college, I pretty much told my mama, girl, I'm moving to LA and I'm going to school for fashion. I don't know what you think this is, but baby, that's on the option. I ain't got no other option. And the other option you and my daddy may not like. I hope you picking up what I just put down. But anywho, she made it work. She pretty much was like, t.a.l.a.y.a, you have to go to school wherever is, the most affordable for me. And, I know you want to do this, we can make it happen, but it may not be the school of your dreams. So I've been doing this since 2012. Graduated high school at 17. A month later from graduation, I moved to LA, went to school for fashion. And it wasn't all glamorous. It was fun as far as coming from a small town like Tallahassee to a big city like LA, and you're just open to so much diversity and everything that is going on in this new city. And so that was fun in itself, and I guess you can call that glamorous, but it was just a great experience. But the hustle of it all was, girl, this isn't a traditional college. You were living in an apartment, you have to grocery shop, you have to get up and catch the bus and go downtown. The bus rides were 2 hours. I'm working a job and interning and still had a full load of classes. It was amazing. And my work ethic, just coming from the family I come from, we were just raised to have good work ethic. But I kind of want to just go ahead and fast forward to the part that this week had for me. Preparing for this show, you guys, has been a dream come true in the sense of I feel like something is about to happen. Not even in the thing of this big virality moment, just I'm sensing something. And the night I found out about me being able to have this opportunity, it was 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm on my phone, I couldn't really sleep like that. My mind was just going. I'm gonna just get on my phone, check my email. I don't want to get on social media. And I get the email saying I made it. And the feeling that I felt was oh my gosh. And what's so interesting, y'all, the reason why I'm bringing this up, because in 2018, I had the opportunity to do Project Runway. Things didn't really work out, but I ended up making it. Things happened. But the feeling I felt with New York was the feeling I was hoping to feel with Project Runway. And it did not happen. I did not get that feeling. So when I got this feeling of oh my gosh, I literally had the most amazing vision. So I'm sitting there, I put the phone down and the covers are up and I'm oh my gosh. And I saw a set of hands, pick up a baby and put the baby in a walker. And then the hands took some hard bottom shoes and put the baby's feet in these hard bottom shoes. And then took the baby's feet and placed it on some solid ground. And I just felt an overwhelming sense of comfort, okay, trust the process. Yes, it's unknown. Yes, it's about to require some stretching from you in a way that you've never even been able to witness up close and personal. But I'm like, okay, God, you got me, you got me. But in this moment, that whole trust the process this week, baby, that thing was out the window. I ain't even gonna hold you, Doc. That thing was out the window because I realized, like, I'm exhausted. And I don't mean exhausted in the sense of, oh, you just need to learn to balance. Which I kind of already knew, like, okay, t.a.l.a.y.a, you have to balance. Some days I'll take off. Some days, you know, I just go for a walk, go on the trail, just go hang out with my cousin. That's fun for me. Hit up one of my girlfriends, see them. So it's like, okay, I'm doing things that's balancing me, but God, I'm exhausted. And I started thinking like, dang, I've been doing this since 2012. And, you know, I understand it's not instant gratification. Things don't happen overnight. You still have to put in the hours. You still have to put in the work behind your faith. But I was like, dog, I'm exhausted, God. And mentally, I threw in the towel. Mentally, I was like, I'm over it. I'm done. I was thinking to myself, what would I do if I didn't do fashion? Like, if you wanted to do something else, t.a.l.a.y.a, what would you do? And I couldn't answer that question. I legit could not answer it. And it seems like every time I threw in the towel threw itself right back and was like, nope, get up. And then I'll get these ideas like, oh, I can do this, I can do this. And then now I'm making handbags and I sell those, and that's fun and lucrative. And making this collection, though, has been trying. Because it just has you kind of questioning everything that you want to do, your creativity a little bit. Is it gonna be good enough? You know, that imposter syndrome try to seep in, anxiety try to seep in. Everything I went through leading up to this, it was just like, okay, I'm feeling very exposed and very vulnerable. And now, yes, God, you're blessing me with people to help me, but dog, I'm tired. And so I had told one of my girlfriends on Saturday, I was like, girl, I'm kind of low-key been thinking about giving up, like letting this go. And she was like, letting what go? What you talking about? And I kind of laughed it off, but deep down, I'm like, no, I'm tired. Like, y'all don't understand. I understand starting off, things happen the way they need to happen, but I'm like, dog, I'm tired, boss. And so I end up, you know, opening my Bible, trying to cast my cares on him and thinking like, all right, let me just open my word and seek God for myself. And I couldn't. Like, I was reading and the words weren't doing that thing that it do. And so I just started talking to God. And I said, bro, this is how I'm feeling. This is what I'm feeling towards you. This is what I'm feeling toward myself. This is what I'm feeling towards this moment. You told me to cast my cares upon you. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, but I'm grateful. But I'm just being honest with you. This is what's really in me. And I need you to do something because it's feeling like I don't know what you're doing. And it's feeling like I'm just shooting and there's no target. And just like the moment I had when I read the email, just an overwhelming sense of comfort came. And he kind of unctioned me to call on another friend, which is he's like my brother. And I ended up calling him, and I was like, hey, I know this is random, but I'm gonna just let you know, I'm gonna need some reaffirming to get to the finish line. Like, I'm not saying you have to baby me. I'm not saying I'm trying to be needy or, you know, dependent upon you. But when we talk, just reaffirm me. Like, I need some affirmation too. So in that moment, he was like, t.a.l.a.y.a, all right, let me just get in my bag real quick. You that girl, like you that chick. Like, these weren't the words he was saying. He kind of said some other words. He ain't called me out my name, but you know, he said that word. And I was like, okay, thank you. I guess this is what I needed. And he led me to this scripture in 1 Corinthians. I'll kind of put it over here somewhere. And it talks about no temptation that has overcome man. And you are not tempted with something that your brother isn't tempted with. I'm just paraphrasing. And I'm thinking to myself, I didn't say this to him, but while he's reading the scripture and trying to encourage me, I'm thinking to myself, dog, this ain't what I want to hear. Like, I don't know. I want to hear something, but this ain't it. And then he said, I know you're feeling the temptation to give up, but don't allow that temptation to overtake you. You're not the only one who's been through this. There are other people who went through things that they wanted to give up on. But don't you throw in that white towel, because the moment you do, that towel won't throw itself back at you. And that's when I kind of opened up even more and told him, mentally over the past few days, I've been throwing in the towel. And he's like, and I bet that towel threw itself back at you. And I said it did. And so he was just saying like, bro, you got this. Don't give up, you got this. I know it's gonna be stretching, but you got this. And the gem that I got, I said all that to say this, the gem that I got was, oh my gosh, I just needed to be vulnerable and open up to somebody close to me. God never asked me to do any of this by myself. Yes, I can depend and pull on him, but if I'm his child and he's connecting me to brothers and sisters that believe in him too, then obviously when I'm feeling low, just like Moses, when he didn't have any energy in Exodus, go read the book for yourself. Aaron and Joshua was on either side, lifted his hands up, and every time they held his hands up, then the children of Israel were winning the battle that they were in. But the moment Moses got weary, the children of Israel were losing. But what happened? Along came his brothers to hold his hand up. And it took me just saying, God, here are my cares. I ain't feeling it. Call your brother. Call Biscuit. Bet. Biscuit, this is what it is. Let me hold your hands up real quick. Let me minister to you. Let me pour into you the way that you've been doing me. Thank you for finally inviting me in to do so. And I said, bruh, I know you lying. All I had to do was call on this person or listen to you, lead me to somebody else. And the whole time, get this. This isn't the first time that I've been led to call my brother or call another sister and be like, this is how I'm feeling. But I've been so scared to be vulnerable again because having experienced certain type of rejection as it relates to my vulnerability. And once upon a time, I was okay with being an emotional being and just being in tune with having these emotions that sometimes those past traumas that I'm still healing from kind of produces a set of PTSD where I'm like, oh no, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining. They probably ain't gonna get it. I'm already casting myself out because I'm worried about, okay, am I casting my pearls to swine? But if these people have been here and God has shown me their character, and we've done life together, and mind you, just a little bit more context, dog, you done took me through some certain type of relationships that almost took me out. And if you remove them people out of my life and these people still here, then obviously they here for a reason. So yeah, on this Fashion Friday, as it relates to my fashion journey, be vulnerable with your community. Like your inner circle. I know you think they may know, or I know I can pull on them. It's one thing to know that you can pull on them, and it's another thing to actually pull on them. Just be open and vulnerable, because I promise y'all, after having that conversation with him, I don't feel burnt out. I don't feel like I want to give up. I feel like he kind of changed my perspective to it all. Like, all right, look at those 10 years as some skin in the game. Remain a student, stay humble, but you got some skin in the game. And I promise you, your labor is not in vain. And it's kind of restored my hope a little bit, because it's a proverb, I believe, and I'll put it right here, that says like a dream deferred makes the heart sick, or hope deferred makes the heart sick, something like that. But being vulnerable, not realizing that I kind of shied away from that part of me, and I used to be okay with being vulnerable, but I had to learn who I can be vulnerable with. Like, it's certain things that people don't need to know about you, and I had to learn it the hard way, unfortunately. It comes with life experiences and emotional intelligence, but the gem on this Fashion Friday and in my journey is be vulnerable with your community. Because sometimes all you really need is just a little encouragement from the right people. That's all I got. That's all I got.